Ahoy, hoy. How the bloody hell are we? Yes, man. Yes, go sleep. How are we? Okay, plenty selling on the website now. There is. Let's just do a quick roundup. We've got 10 spots left in Georgie's Mini to close. There's one spot left in the Mini for Nacho, Bex, and Yotto. There is two left in the Mini for the Grizzles for Georgie's NBA. There's four left in the Mini for Saka, Alvarez, and Matoma. And there are 8 teams left in the select full case, which is going to get slammed shut as soon as it is full.
Hello. Ugh,
Letting the WhatsApp know that we are here.
I might tell mine as well.
Alrighty, so the minis are all sitting there. We're going to get some names out for them. We're going to chat a little bit about the select checklist if we got time. We're going to get the mini out, the names out for the Nacho mini because that looks like it's going to be the first one to fill up. How's everyone's Friday been?
Long.
Long.
Yeah,
You're on the road today?
I was.
Long day.
Lots and lots of stops today.
I thought West Ham was a dud in this product, then saw the Paqueta stained glass, and now I must have it. Those case hits are unbelievable. Even the Declan Rice.
Yeah, the Deckers is sick.
Those, what are they called, artistic impressions. Beautiful. Meh, says Mr. Costley. Hey, day was, well, hopefully, Ian, now that you've got our company, it gets a little bit better. Don't tell the missus that. I won't tell my missus that my day is getting better because now I'm chatting to you lads. If you promise
Yeah,
not
that's
to
a
tell
death wish. Hey, Rob.
Considering I spent most of the day with her, I'm allowed to now. Freedom Friday made a return. So you used to always have Freedom Fridays. That's when my mum looks after my daughter, my son's at school. Shipping would normally be done on the Wednesday or the Thursday. So me and the missus had no commitments, no obligations, no kids to look after. We had Freedom Fridays, which would usually involve a nice lunch out, spend time doing whatever we wanted to do. Haven't had one in a long time. So Freedom Friday was back in action today, and boy oh boy was it good. Da, da, da. 4 left in the Saka mini. Georgie's got 2 left in one of his minis and less than 10 left in the other one.
2 left in the mini for Grizz, Kings, and more. It's actually a sick mini.
2 left.
Top spot take the Grizz, which are 130. Kings are $100. So the top 2 teams are bangers. Bucks are 50. Cavs are 50. Not bad for $19 a shot.
Stacked break as well. Origins Hobby, CK Blaster, and Prism Fast Break. The all new Prism Fast Break. Friday, I thought it was still Thursday. I woke up Thursday morning, haven't slept yet. Yeah. I know the feeling. Hey, Rob. The Deckers. Tino hit it last night, I think. Well, the night before.
It's
Tino
very
hit it.
cool.
Mr. Pavey, we are doing phenomenally well.
How has no one bought Brentford in the case?
Oh, the Bees are still available. The Bees are one of the few teams under $100, full team, and they cover just about all bases. They got case hits, they got autos, and they got rookies, case hits, and autos, and they're under $100.
Don't make me buy them. Someone go buy them.
And let me tell you, folks, the I often get people say to me, Rod, why is my team more or less in a full case as opposed to a 3-boxer or a 4-boxer? That's because the PYTs don't scale, and they just won't scale. If a PYT was to scale, if Brentford were $39 in a 4-boxer, yet they're 99 in a full caser. That's because when I look at it, Brentford are too much for someone to commit $150 to. Same thing for the other mid-range teams. I could do 3 cases and no one will spend $200 on the Wolves, for example. So they scale to a point. The big spots continue to scale, but the more boxes we break, the better we can do the pricing, which means the big teams sort of hit a cap. The mid to low end teams hit a cap, and they don't really go higher than that. Which most people would have noticed overall on my bigger breaks. We work on a method of averages, so it's not about this box breaks at this amount. It is the break as a whole, and everyone looks a little bit different. So
I don't blame you, Rob. That would be some sort of sweat.
Yeah, that'd be massive. Jaden Kennedy's closed our Nacho Mini, so that one is full. I'll run that in a sec. So that's a bit of insight into that side of things. Obviously, breaks have certain expenses regardless of how big or small they are, and the bigger breaks can wear them a little bit easier. And it's all about your ticket to the show. Here is the Nacho Mini. This is Nacho, Bex, and Gnotto. 3 cracking chase spots in that order. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Mr. Pavey. The Big O got absolutely crushed and double death rolled. Oh my God, Oscar. Oscar, there's a new sheriff in town. And he goes by the name of Benjamin Pavey. Mr. Pavey, your endeavours of taking Haaland have paid off in that mini. You have got Garnacho and Alanga to go with your Haaland chase. Tony Andreas, you split the Pavey with Beckham and Ericsson. And Ben, you also get Greenwood and Gnotto. So you've got yourself some very nice chases there. We are down to not too many. Oh, the B's just sold.
Smart. Who's a smart person?
Mr. Pavey is a smart person.
You're a smart person, Pave.
So we've now got the Nacho Mini's full. There is 4 left in the Saka Mini. 4 left in the Saka, Matoma, and Alvarez spot. And guys, the reason that a lot of single split spots are more expensive in Select is because it's a concentrated checklist. You look at teams like Arsenal, they've got 15 cards on the base checklist, but 3 of them are Saka cards. So Saka's got 3 cards plus an insert plus everything else. Same thing as Alvarez and Matoma. They've got 2 chases. It's not Prism where there's 300 checklist with 300 players. Select has 250 players on the checklist with probably 150 players. So the chances of chasing single spots is a little bit more forgiving. And you'll also get the 5 numbered cards per box and 3 autos or patches. So the Select chase is a bit more forgiving. That's why the Select PYT is a bit different, and the single player spots are a bit more expensive on that front. Hello, Vincent. Market concentration in the Aussie grocery market. SA Juice Sunday, and you're 200 words in. I think I'll pass on that, Gaz, man. Yeah, I'm going to do a quick rundown on Select. We're down to 3 in the Saka Mini. Georgie's got in his ones live update. There's 9 left in the mini to close Georgie's and 2 left in his first mini. So fill them up. We're going to now take a look at the Select checklist. Let me bring it up. Do Fulham have any decent rookie chases? Not really, Jaden. João Palhinha isn't a rookie in it, but he's a really nice chase. The way he plays is a destroyer in midfield. He's got a shitload of tackles, which is sort of the in vogue stat at the moment. Someone put a 101 Kang In Lee from a Select personal box. That's nuts.
That's dope. We should have a look at Chronicles while we're here as well.
We can have a look at Chronicles. They announced Chronicles, folks. They announced Chronicles. Finally. Select checklist breakdown. Let me bring this up over here so I can see you guys and I can see this at the same time. It's a little bit the same, a little bit different to what we're used to seeing. I think it's almost got more similarities to the Revo checklist than the um, Prism one.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rookies that just pop up, and but largely it's no real surprises. Team badges which look like they're one per case. Guys that have watched more cases than I might be able to chime in. Are going to be a cool chase, something like 150 of each team badge only. So they're going to be cool, especially if you can jag one and get yourself a PSA 10. Should be pretty good. Bournemouth, there's no one that's really jumped out of Bournemouth. Marcus Tavernier probably seems the best of the bunch as far as rookie chases go. Most of their better players this year aren't the rookies, guys like Solanke and Philip Billing and those sort of
Big
guys.
Phil Bill.
Big Phil Bill. Phil Bill's been their player of the year by a reasonable stretch.
He's always been alright. I never liked him though.
No, I've never liked him either. Prick. Prick just keeps scoring. Prick just keeps scoring against us.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, Solanke's had a really good year. I think he's got like 13 or 14 goal assists. He's a former Chelsea Academy guy, went to Liverpool, never quite got in at Liverpool. It's an interesting one. Jefferson Lerma's been pretty good for him, but Marcus Tavernier is definitely the best one to chase in that. Currently sitting, Jefferson Lerma's out for a hamstring injury back late May, so he's probably going to miss most of the rest of the season. 5 goals, 4 assists in 23 matches. Plays left side, right side, plays just about everywhere. But he's actually currently the highest rated player in the Bournemouth squad for their average match rating this season. Tavernier's got 7.13, Lerma's got 7.12, and Phil Bill's 7.1. So Tavernier's cool for a cheap chase. You could certainly do a lot worse. Then we get on to the first of the big boys. The first of the big boys. And this is a really good example of what I was saying earlier about the checklist. If I go in here, if I scoop that up and sort that by column B, you can see there's Saka, who's in that mini, has 8 cards. He's got his artistic impression, he's got a field level base, a mezzanine base, and equalizers, 3 patches, and a stained glass. So the actual amount of players in the checklist is down because Fabio Vieira's got a base, he's got a patch, he's got an insert, he's got another patch, and another patch. Gabriel Jesus, 2 base, a stained glass, and unstoppable. It's not like Prism where players will have 1 base, maybe an insert, and maybe an auto. There is a huge amount of chase for a lot of these players. Martinelli. And Saka and Martinelli have got a dual patch. So that Saka and Martinelli spot, you are literally chasing 16 cards. All of Bournemouth is 17. So that Saka and Martinelli spot has 1 less card to chase than what the Bournemouth team does. It's a bit bonkers. But they have continued the vein of loading the case hits towards the big teams. The big teams have all generally got 2, 3, or 4 of the same card. The artistic impressions, which are giving off those real noir vibes, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saliba, pretty straightforward. Pick themselves sort of thing. For those who aren't familiar with Select, the 3 types of base do have levels. So the field level is the top. That's the rarest one. They're the horizontal ones. The field level is the rarest. You'll see less field levels than terrace and mezzanine. Mezzanine's the middle one, and terrace is essentially the base of the base. So that's always been how Select is. The field levels have always been rare. It used to be you get 1 silver field level per hobby box, but I think that's changed now. But yeah, that's the breakdown of Select from a card point of view. It's always been insert heavy as well. Arsenal don't offer any real surprises as far as what's jumped out. They haven't leaned on Marquinhos, the young Brazilian rookie, too much. There hasn't been a hell of a lot of noise around him. The surprise was Fabio Vieira. He's got a bunch of cards, which is cool. I know there's a few guys chasing him, but by and large, it's pretty much the same. The field level, generally, the field level players are going to be the better ones, the ones that Panini put market into. So if you see players with field level, generally they'll be the standouts. A ton of patches. There's 4 or 5 teams that carry 85% of the patch checklist, as you've seen with the cases we've broken so far. Good old David Seaman gets a run back. ESR autos are back for the first time since I think 2020 in Mac. Liam Brady, I had no idea who he was. I thought he must have been some young kid who made it on there. It turns out he's a like 7-year-old Irishman. So that was fun. That was fun for me. Don't make many 7-year-olds named Liam. Then the patches, which mostly unassociated, unfortunately. Odegaard's got the insert. The autos, Edu's pretty cool. Something different. Liam Brady's in there again. Uncle Tony, Tommy Yasu. The stained glass checklist is good. Ramsdale, Saka, Jesus, Martinelli. Team badge Tino hit last night. The unstoppable insert, there's only one, max 2 for every club. Jesus gets it in this instance, and the visionaries are Jesus, Odegaard, Saliba. So the weight of this checklist for Arsenal is borne a lot by Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Jesus, and Saliba. They seem the ones. So a field level gold Haaland. That is unreal. That is stunning. But it's all pretty good. It's all pretty good. Arsenal fans should be happy with what they've ended up. Maybe a Hollywood auto would have been nice. Thierry Henry, even Bergkamp hasn't really got too much of a following after seeing him in Prism and World Cup Prism. But I think Arsenal are pretty stacked with the young boys. Saka is, I saw lots of people giving him their under 23 player of the year, and you think, fuck me, he's under 23. He's 21. He literally turned 21 in September. So he's 21 and a half. I just think, yeah, the kid's got a hell of a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He should be getting better. Beer drinkers will soon be forking out more than $15 a pint with taxes on a frothy about the sort in line with front. I saw they've made vaping illegal and they're trying to tax that now. All it is just low economy taxes. That's all they are. Low economy taxes that get tax the poor and the rich can continue doing what they do with all their fun. So it's annoying, but not much we can do. Hello, Braden. Villa. I don't know. Basically, what we expected. There's not enough guys watching. I don't know if any Villa guys are watching. Are there any rookies that you would want to see for Villa? I'm not familiar enough with the team to know if anyone should be in there that isn't. But essentially the same checklist we've seen since last year's Prism, as far as players go. Dwight York's got a pitch side redemption. Darren Bent's in there as autos, so they do have a couple of new autos. It's good to see new signees coming through. At the end of the day, the issue last year largely was the same autos in every product. This year they've addressed that, and at least we're getting different autos. So Dwight York will be cool as long as he can get them signed and back. I can't imagine he's got too much on his plate at the moment, so surely he can get something up. Coutinho autos are back, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for Villa. Nothing really to comment on. The bees just keep getting some love from Panini. Georgie's bees.
We've done really well here. Me and the other Brentford fans are pretty happy with it overall. There's the one thing I would have loved is a patch. Like, I don't even care who it is. Just a patch would be lovely. Like, if they're not associated anyway, it shouldn't be too hard to give us at least one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just because, like, these one-to-one, it's the one thing we haven't had yet. We've got autos now. Just the patch would be sick. I just want to see one-of-one, like, logo patches and things like that.
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable.
So that's the only issue we have with the checklist. Keane Lewis Potter's good. Even, like, that auto for Lewis Potter, we never saw coming. I couldn't have guessed that in 100 years.
No.
So I'm pretty happy with that. The base list is good. Still no Ivan Toney. I heard from a friend who knows some higher ups who've said he won't be getting any cards until he's cleared.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a bit annoying. They can call him up to England, but they can't put him in a Panini set.
Yeah, it's very odd.
The artistic impressions is cool. Happy we've got one. Overall, good. 2 autos, stained glass, can't complain.
Good, happy. George is happy. If George is happy, I'm happy. Brighton, Georgie can touch on Brighton. They got some pretty cool. Brighton are short and sweet as. I'm going to start getting a mini together for my. A mini to close selectors going up in 5 minutes.
They've done Brighton good. They've not given them much, but they've given them exactly what they need. Patches don't even match the players' current team. They would if they were Brentford because 90% of our players have been there for a while. Maybe Ben Mee might get a Burnley one, but outside that, it's all right. To be honest, it wouldn't even matter. Like, I wouldn't even be that bothered. If I got a Aaron Hickey patch that had some Bologna kit on it, wouldn't bother me. It's still a sick patch.
Sure.
Brighton done good. They didn't give him too much, but they gave him exactly what they needed. Kaoru Matoma having a base set is huge because now people can chase something that isn't Revo and arguably a much better looking set in Select.
Evan Ferguson got the cut.
Evan Ferguson's made it. What a man's.
I think he's only 9.
I don't know about Evan Ferguson. I don't know. Evan Ferguson, I think, might be a flash in a pan rookie. But, yeah. But for now, and having his first cards, if I'm wrong, which usually I am, it'll be a great one to pick up and hold for sure.
4 goals, 2 assists in 13 games as an 18-year-old is nothing to sneeze at.
No, definitely not. I hope he keeps going.
That's they are comfortably the best attacking team in Europe, not England. Europe. They have a higher XG than Man City at the moment.
Enciso, I like Enciso.
Enciso's good. He's got something about him.
Yeah, I like Enciso.
He's not afraid to take the game on, as we saw against Chelsea. He's cracking value. So, yeah, pretty much what Georgie said. Matoma having a base and insert is massive. It's a field that's a mezzanine. So, mid-range, we should be seeing a few of them coming through. Alexis McAllister's linked with Liverpool, with Milner going the other way. But, yeah, really cool set. I wouldn't sleep on Moises Caicedo either. He has been integral to allow what their attackers have been doing. As good as they've been attacking, they couldn't have done that without Caicedo sitting in the middle of the pitch and McAllister working both ways. So Brighton, there's not a lot of cards. Like you look at Brighton, you go, if you get a gold to 10 for Brighton, unless Pascal Gross and Robert Sanchez are your only 2 misses.
Yeah.
Like out of that whole checklist, Levi Colwill, young centre-back on the Chelsea list, English, everyone in that checklist except for Gross and Sanchez is a hit. It's nuts. Georgie can do his boys at Chelsea. I don't know if you need to scroll down.
I can do that. I'm also building a break, but I can do that. Let me get back to restream. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things where Chelsea fans can't not be happy about what they've got because there is a lot. But the fact that the autos are like Broha, Pulisic, Conor Gallagher is incredible to have as an auto. Like, very cool. Reece James, good. Azpilicueta's sick. Makalele, a bit over it. But overall, you can't be mad as a Chelsea fan. There's everything you want there. You've got tons of patches. You've got tons of inserts, a good amount of autos. The base set's good. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing they missed, really, I don't think. I think they got every player they needed in there. I would like to see some throwback autos of players like Petr Cech because there's just not many of them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Outside impeccable from like 1920 and 2021. There's not too much Czech. He was in Noir, but for Czech Republic. So
yeah, that's right.
And Revo. But yeah, some players like that would be cool. But outside that, they've done a pretty good job. There's not too much you can be sad about.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like Carney getting a patch is cool. Some new cards, new players getting new cards is cool. Koulibaly's in with a patch. Wesley Fofana's got one. So, yeah, not the worst.
Yeah, I think it's all pretty good. Crystal Palace, I can touch on these. Crystal Palace is, they could have found a bit more love for Crystal Palace. They've got no case hits. They've got no autos. They've got no patches. They've got the team badges. They've got some absolute young superstars. Would have been nice to have seen an Eze or an Olise case hit. Something to chase. Would have been spectacular. But, I don't love Crystal Palace's checklist. I think that's probably the biggest miss on the checklist.
The day the checklist came out for this product, Andrew Speller messaged me and said, "At least my boys are going to be cheap." I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, it's
he goes, "No autos is a travesty." I was like, "Yeah, man, you got kind of shafted there."
Yeah, it's nuts. So they could have. There's plenty of things they could have done for Crystal Palace. They've had plenty of Benteke autos around. Like, just chuck something in there, but missed on most of them. But still, for the price, I think there's a lot of future for a lot of these players. I don't know much about a BOA, the one rookie they've got, but Anderson, Zaha, Gahey, Eze, Olise, Paddy Vieira got the sack, but he's left that club in a much better spot than he found it. So
Definitely.
the Toffees are a little bit up and about at the moment. They're checklist wise anyway. It might be the last time we see them on a checklist for a while this year, but they've gotten a bit of love. DCL's starting to play again, not necessarily scoring goals, but he's starting to play. He scored on the weekend, did get a penalty in. But yeah, a few patches. Damari Gray's a new auto. Tim Howard's back. I don't think I've seen the Tim Howard get pulled.
That's cool.
But Tim Howard's cool. James Garner's been playing a lot in the midfield. He's been getting plenty of games. He's, from what I've seen, the limited amount I've seen, he seems just another standard sort of rough and tumble Merseyside young midfielder, not sort of super flash or anything, but gets in and messes shit up, basically. Just filling in this mini. Mini to close is going up any second, and then we'll run the first one as well. Going to get this mini to close up. Onana, I still like what he does. He's playing in a very tough team to achieve much, to be fair. But I still like what he does. He he's built for the Premier League. He looks good while he's doing it. I think there's absolutely a lot to like about him. Then Fulham. Someone asked about Fulham. Another team. They've got Andy Cole autos, which I think Fulham fans will be happy with.
Do they have bent autos?
No, which is weird.
I thought Bent had autos for them and Spurs. Was it Leeds and Spurs?
He could. They were piss fighting around with the checklist a lot. 22-23 EPL select. I did notice there was, I think, one or two things on the checklist that weren't on it when I made this, and I probably have to go through and update it again. Bent is Villa.
Oh, he got Villa.
Yeah, Villa and Spurs.
Right.
Villa and Spurs for the Dazzler. Yeah, it's pretty much the same Fulham checklist we've seen for a while now. Tosson's in there, who we know is a massive collector. And also, Mitro's always got a good following. He's back from suspension, I think, next week. João Palhinha, we touched on earlier, is an absolute tackling merchant. He is a tackling machine. So he's almost guaranteed to get picked up by someone big. I think Fulham will cash in on him. And I don't know where his rookie. I think his rookie was in like Mosaic World Cup last year. That's why he doesn't have a João Palhinha.
Yeah, rode the World Cup.
Yeah, so that's why he doesn't have a rookie, because he was in Mosaic. But you could do worse than pick up the cheap Fulham spot to chase some of his cards.
No one wants the Mosaic rookie anyway. They'd probably prefer a second year or non-rookie Prism.
Yeah, exactly. So I am about to hit publish on the mini to close. $33 a spot. $33 a spot. 30 spots. Top 7 go in, and they're all pretty decent spots. You've got Salah, Nunes, Fowler spot, Rashford, Sancho, Kagawa, Man U others, Man City others, Chelsea others, Everton and Fulham are all in there. So give me a second, and then we'll kick off. We'll jump back into the checklist.
Are you running a mini?
I am running a mini to close. I'm going to run the Saka mini, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to run a mini after you.
Done. All right, I'm hitting publish on that mini to close now. Close the main off.
4 left in my closer.
I did. All right, mini to close will be up in 30 seconds. I am going to run my Saka mini once I get the last handful of names out. So
I'm going to be spicy and have a beer tonight.
Hey?
I'm going to be spicy and have a beer tonight.
Oi. I have 1 or 2 beers. A lot of cheese is making me sleepy.
To be like that sometimes.
We either got to go full send or not. Okay, Rob Petrovic's in there. Brendan Redgrave, thank you. And the last spot was Jaden Kennedy. Okay. I'll bring you over to my Saka mini, and then we'll kick back off with touch on leads on the checklist. And leads are a very interesting one. Put that in there. I'll bring you all over. Seven times for a top seven, guys. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Paul Con top 2, the big O. Johnny, Paul Con, Artie, and Jaden. Closing Mojo has you limping into the mini with 7th spot. Well done. Bring you all back over. Get rid of that. And that. Paul Con, you get Alvarez, Gundogan, Saka, Martinelli, and Shaka. That is massive. The Big O's chasing Cairo Matoma. Johnny Wilson, you get the Saints. Paul Con gets the Wolves as well. Artie gets Bournemouth. And Jaden, you get Forest. Others.
Nice.
He's going to run his mini now.
I am. Stolen. This is my mini for Grizz, Kings, and more. This is 15 into a top 5. All the teams are actually pretty good. Suns are 5th, but outside that, the top 4 are solid teams. Big O in 1. Maz closed us. Good luck to everyone in and throughout. Top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And lucky 7. Braden Bank. Maz sang. Braden again. Both your spots in. And Chris D. 2 or 3, Braden, not bad at all. Apologies to those who missed out. That's where you've ended up. Braden, you've got the Grizz. Maz, you've got the Kings, which is still a lovely second place rookie chase. Sang, you've got Giannis's Bucks. Braden, you've also got the Cavs, and Chris D has Phoenix.
There we go. So now
there's only 4 left in my mini to close.
4 left in George's mini to close. So let's go to the next break to run. If you want to hang out with Georgie while I eat some dinner, jump in on his one to close. It's NBA.
It's a coin flip, 20 spots,
running next. 10. It's a coin flip, 20 spots, $25 a spot. Top 10 go through massive Rockets, Pacers, Blazers spots. Jazz are in there, Nuggies are in there. That'll run as soon as it's full. Let's jump back over to my checklist, which is there. Leeds got dominated on the checklist. They're stacked. So not only do we have the Americans getting plenty of love, Brendan Aaronson's got 4 cards, including artistic impressions, field level, mezzanine, equalizers. As we know, Panini love their Americans, so plenty of love for those guys. Luis Sinistera, the rookie's got the field level. He was playing really well. Him getting injured is probably going to be what sends Leeds down if they go down. He was playing very well, looked very dangerous just before getting injured. Then we've got Sam Greenwood, who's a young rookie striker. Don't know much about him.
If anyone plays a fantasy league for the Prem, everyone knows Sam Greenwood.
Oh, really?
Sam Greenwood is like 80% in every team on the planet.
Was he like the cheapest player or something?
Yes, he is. He's the cheapest player in the team, so you just use him to pad.
Brilliant.
I'd have been my team all year. I don't think he's played.
Brilliant. Rasmus Christensen's another young rookie. Crescencio Somerville's got his first autos, and they pop up often. They are a redemption, but he went on a run this year earlier in the year where he scored 5 in 5 or something like that. So certainly has some talent. And again, you can't read too much into the rookies for these relegation battlers because Liverpool have a habit of cherry picking him and turning him into bona fides. The Harry Kuehl auto, has anyone seen that?
I haven't seen it yet. I have a feeling it's a redemption.
He was live in Tops, so who knows? Gordon Strachan's in there as another auto. Gnotto is massive. How they put him in for autos and not base, I have no idea. But he's got 2 autos. They're his first rookie autos. He's exciting Italians and Leeds fans alike. He's 18 years old. So he's 18 years old. He's built like a brick shithouse. He's looking like he's going to have all the talent in the world, and he's playing for a big nation and a big club. So really nice chase. Robbie Fowler's in there. We've seen at least one Robbie Fowler in every case for Leeds. Hill's actually got both autos. Got the pitch side and the vertical, which is interesting. So yeah, Leeds are pretty good. Leeds are pretty good. I think Georgie's mini's full, so I'll smash through a couple of teams, and we'll get to the M's, and then we'll
I still
revisit
got
this.
one left. You got some time.
Georgie's got one left, so we'll
I'm
keep
going to
hammering.
launch a 15-spot break in a couple seconds. Though.
Georgie's 15 spotters going up shortly. Leicester City, another team that Leicester City have been hanging around on the full case breaks yesterday and today. Leicester City cover every card in the set. They've got an Artistic Impressions Vardy. They've got 2 stained glass, Maddie and Vardy. They've got a visionary for Maddie. James Maddison is absolutely gone. They cannot hold on to James Maddison after this season. Don't know where he's going to go, but he's going to go somewhere. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who is someone they were putting a lot of their hope into, talented young player. He's got autos as well. But for $99 in a case break, I think you might get them a bit cheaper than that. You might pay a little bit more, but the value they offer, if you're looking to just get involved in a case break, Leicester City are the team that you should be zeroing in on because they've got some stars. Harvey Barnes is still a young gun as well. He's another one that's going to be straight out of there if they get relegated and they start to cash in. They've got Woodface, who was Liverpool's top goal scorer for a while. He's their only rookie. But Leicester are cool. Leicester are a cool checklist. I think Leicester fans should be happy. They've got everything to chase as they try and not get relegated. My boys, the Reds. My God, what a difference 12 months makes. What a difference 12 months makes. One of the biggest checklists in the set. One of the biggest checklists. 5 artistic impressions. Allison, Jota, Carvalho, Elliott, Bobby. We should be seeing Cameron Archer rookie cards. Oh, yes, Cameron Archer. It's weird that he's in score and then he's not in. I have heard good things about Cameron Archer, Mr. Embry. So maybe, hopefully, we'll see him in Chronicles. Chronicles tends to throw out a few surprises of its own. Liverpool have got no less than 6 field levels. Virgil, Mo, Luis Diaz, Carvalho, Nunes, and Becker. Another thing I would say about Panini, they've got this love affair with Fabio Carvalho. He was the under-23 player of the year in the championship last year, but he's just not kicked on, so it's not necessarily Panini's fault. Everyone thought he was going to be a lot better than he has been, but he's still very young. I think he's only 19 or so. And for a young attacking rookie from a big club, you could do worse than pick up his cards when they're at the very bottom. They've got a stupid amount of base. A lot of players have got 2 or 3 base. Most of them have got at least 2. We've got autos.
Someone's at the front door doorbell.
Thanks, Google.
That's
autos galore. From going from having no autos, Liverpool, to now having in one set 17 different autos. And nothing to sneeze at either. Torres, Dalglish, Phil Thompson, Gerrard. Like Torres, Dalglish, Gerrard. There's not much better as far as Liverpool fans go. Alan Kennedy, another guy that won 5 Premier Leagues with Liverpool. David James has popped up again, but thankfully not too often. Jan Molby. It's like they've gone for all the Liverpool players that have turned into pundits. Kenny's in there again. Kevin Keegan's a nice one. Bobby's in there. Stevie's in there again. Torres, Souness, Robbie Fowler pops up plenty. Stan Collymore, I want to Stan Collymore. I haven't seen one yet. Stained glass, 6 stained glass. Nunes, Jota, Diaz, Salah, Firmino, Virgil. Just stacked. Just stupidly stacked. Robbo and Fabinho both got unstoppable inserts, and then there's 6 visionary as well. So you look at a spot like the one that just went into the mini, which was Salah, Nunes, Fowler. All right? And this is where the select checklist can throw you off when you're looking at PYP spots. So if we go Salah, we'll give him a tick. We go Nunes, we give him a tick. And then we go Fowler, and we give him a tick. That spot there has 9 different cards to chase across 3 players. So Salah's got Visionary, Stained Glass, Terrace, Field Level. Nunes has got Field Level, Terrace, Stained Glass, Visionary, and the Robbie Fowler Auto. That is bigger than, it's half the size of a lot of clubs that are in the set. So Select is a very unique checklist onto itself, where you have multiple base cards for the same players. So yes, those spots, the same as the Rashford, Sancho, Kagawa spot, those spots are going to be more than the equivalent spot would be in Prism, but that's because there is a lot more to chase. That brutal 300 cards, 300 players checklist of Prism is a lot more forgiving in Select, which is one of the reasons it's one of my favorite products, because it's just got a lot less of the fill-in players. You see a lot less of the Grant Hanleys of the world in the Select checklist. So that's our first 10 teams just about. We'll jump on, maybe later on, we'll jump on and run through the last half. The minute to close is absolutely flying. That doorbell that you heard was my dinner turning up. So I'm going to go eat some dinner. George is going to run his NBA break. There's only 5 left in the Select full case. I don't even know what I'm doing next because I didn't plan it before I jumped online. But I'll chuck something else up, eat some dinner, and I'll see you guys after NBA for the Select full case.